fixtures. The new season kicks off on Friday. This is the first game. Arsenal, who are the champions, versus Coventry. So I want to give you who I think is going to win. Maybe give you a score. Yeah. I hope you like this kind of video, and if you do, I might do this as a weekly thing. Okay, so let's take a look here. So what I'm going to do, like I said, give you my predictions for the upcoming fixtures, and then who I think, from right now, who I think will win the Premier League. And then maybe a month down the line, I might change it, because everybody would have all their new players and whatnot, and they got a good idea who might actually win it. Or I might just leave it, but we'll see. But let's start off with these pictures. I don't know about you guys. I mean, I'm looking forward to this new season, and I am a Man United fan. So this is my team, and we kick off our season on Saturday. And it's an early kickoff. And I'm living over here in the USA, and I think it kicks off at 7:30 in the morning. So I'll be up right and ready to watch that game. But anyway, Arsenal kicks off on Friday. And I think Arsenal being the champions, I mean, it'd be crazy to bet against them. So it's an Arsenal win. Let's put the W for win. And I think the score line is probably going to be something like 4-0 or 3-0. And they're at home, you see, so they're going to have the support and whatnot, and it's going to be loud, and people are going to be looking forward to it. The players are probably going to be up for it. And Coventry is a newly promoted team, so it's been a while since they've been in the Premier League, so it's going to be a big test for them. So they are the underdogs. So let's go with 4-0 to Arsenal. Okay. So the next game, as I said, which falls on the Saturday, Man United. I think Man United is much stronger than Hull, but they are playing away from home. And Hull is a newly promoted team as well, so they'll be under pressure. Coming up against the mighty Manchester United. But things in the past for Manchester United, even at our best, we've come undone against small teams in the open fixtures before, so it's not a dead cert Manchester United will win, but I think I would go with a win for Man United. And I think it's going to be close. I think a 2-1 to Manchester United, so I'll do it like this. 1 for Hull, 2 Manchester United. these teams, but I think this will be a close game. But I might just favor Sunderland, and I'm gonna go with Sunderland win here. But they'll be there. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with a 2-1. So 1 for Ipswich and 2 goals for Sunderland. The next one, we have Everton versus Crystal Palace. And Everton has their new stadium, and they did have it last year, but I think a year of playing in that new stadium and people getting used to it and whatnot, I think they'll be more settled, and they should have a better season this year, I think. I'm not sure exactly where they might finish, but probably mid-table. Palace have surprised a lot of people in recent seasons by winning the FA Cup and Community Shield. They've beaten Liverpool, which Liverpool is a good team. Not so much last year, but recent seasons they've been a pretty good team. And Palace has got the better of them a few times. But the opening game versus the other team from Liverpool on the blue side, Everton, it's going to be tricky. I'm going to go with a draw. So a tie for you Americans. Yeah, so I'm going to go with a 1-1. 1-1. It may not be the most exciting game, but a 1-1. The next one we have here is Nottingham Forest versus Leeds. This may be similar to the Everton versus Palace game, but it could be just a 1-0 win to the other team here. And I'm just gonna go with a scoreline here. Let me see. Let's say Leeds gets 2. Yeah, let's go with that. Nottingham Forest, I'm sorry, 0. 2. Oh yeah, I forgot to put draw on the other game. Okay, so let's move on to Brentford and Spurs. Spurs has been one of the biggest spenders in the Premier League this season, and they've strengthened their midfield a lot, and I think they are going to be much stronger this season. Now, I have no idea, I can't say the future, but if they get off to a good start, that means right away in this first game, and all the signings do well, all the new guys, that is, and step by step, I mean, they could be a contender, not for the league, not to win it, but they certainly can be a contender to get into the top, say 8 teams. So, and they could surprise a few people and maybe even get a good bit higher. Who knows? I'm not going to completely rule them out. But it all depends how well the new signings all settle. Now, I don't know who Brentford has got recently. But Spurs. I'm going to go with a win. I'm going to go with a comfortable win. I think Brentford will still score, but I think it'll be 3-1. Let's go Brentford 1 and Spurs 3. It will be a win. And a win for Leeds, which I forgot to do. Now, I can't remember what game's on Saturday, but I know that Man City do play on Sunday, so I'm thinking these are the games. It's on Sunday, so you have your Friday game, Saturday games. Now we're rolling into Sunday. Yeah, Man City, they are a big club. I mean, in the sense of they've been winning things and dominating, and they have a lot of good players. They did have a great manager, or some would say he's probably the best manager of all time. I would not personally say that, but yeah, and they have lost him. So how will they react? That's the big one. How will Man City react? I am not sure. History would tell you that they should fall back, and start to fall down the table. But I think their squad is just too good to do that. They're capable of still staying in the top four for a very long time, as long as they have a decent manager. And I think they have an okay manager. But anyway, Bournemouth is a tricky team sometimes. Has been for a lot of big clubs. But I think Man City, with the likes of Erling Haaland, will be too strong. I think looking off the decent start, it could be I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for Man City. So it's a win for Man City. And it's 2-0. I think it'll be a dominant display by Man City, but they'll only get 2. Could be completely wrong, and they get 6 or something. But rolling on, let's go on to the next fixture, Brighton versus Aston Villa. And Brighton is one of those teams that's hurt many of the big clubs in the past, being like a bogey team. This is a little bit tough one. I think Aston Villa, on paper, probably should beat Brighton. They are the recent Europa League winners, but they did sell a few of their better players this year, and they did lose a couple important players, to bigger clubs, Manchester United and Chelsea. So I'm gonna go with a draw, but this game I think it'll be like a 2-2 or something, or a 1-1. Let's go with 2-2. Okay, rolling on to Newcastle United. Newcastle United versus Liverpool, that is. I think Liverpool has had like a tough pre-season, so all their practice games and their friendly games is not really gone to plan. So this could be tricky for Liverpool, because they're at home, they're Newcastle's grounds. But their support, it could be like like a 12 man. So I think Liverpool quite possibly could have another tough year this year. Maybe not as bad as last year, but yeah, I'm just going to give you about what I think here. I'm going to Chelsea win, I think. I really do. I think Chelsea's going to get off to a great start. And I think my prediction is they're going to fool a lot of people for the first month or two. They're going to win a lot of games, and then they're going to suddenly lose a few games and drop back. And I think the pressure will mount on the new manager. I think it's Alonso, the former Liverpool player and Real Madrid player. So I think he will be under pressure by Christmas. I really do think that, even though he is a good manager, I just think it just takes 2-3 losses over a couple of weeks to really knock the confidence out of you. Now, I could be completely wrong, and Chelsea just dominate and sit on top of the Christmas tree, around December, but yeah, anyway, so I'm going to put this game, I'm going to go with a 3-0 to Chelsea. Yeah. They're going to blow for them out of the water, so to win for Chelsea. So we have a win for Arsenal here. We have a win for Manchester United. We have a win for Sunderland. Everton and Pulse, they draw. A win for Leeds. A win for Spurs. A win for Man City. And a draw for Brighton and Aston Villa. And a win for Newcastle. And a win for Chelsea. Now I'm going to give you who I think is going to win the league, who the top 6 are going to be. That's what I might do. I might change it here, because I think it's a little bit easier to predict roughly who the top 6 is going to be. And maybe I might give you the bottom 6 in the middle section. I'll leave out. So here's my top 6 clubs. Number 1. I think I would love to say Manchester United. If we get up to a great start and win the first 3 or 4 games, there's a chance. But if we don't, I feel like the likes of Arsenal in particular, if they win their first 5 games, they're going to walk the league again. So, you have to go with Arsenal. Doesn't mean they're necessarily better than United, just that they're further along and more ready, and with the experience. Because you gotta remember, Manchester United did beat Arsenal last year, and beat them well. Okay, it was only 3-2, but they still looked the better team, But that is only a one-off game. And let's move on to number 2, and I think it'll be second in the league. I think I want to say Manchester United. I really do. Do you know what? I'm going to be bold. I am going to say it. It is going to be Manchester United. I have to go with Manchester United. We finished 3rd last year, and I think we could go 1 place up. So Man United. Number 2. Number 3. say Spurs. Let's go with City, so Man City. Man City. Number 5. I have to put, it has to be like Chelsea. I think. I'm like contradicting myself, like what I said before, but I don't know, it's like when I see it on the paper, it looks more what, what my brain's telling me, what my heart's telling me, it's getting mixed up. But let's go with Chelsea at 5th. Number 6. It probably has to be Villa. It could easily be Spurs. It could easily be even Newcastle. Or a surprise team like Forest or something like that. But let's go with Aston Villa. Even though they've lost some of their important players. Yeah, so there you go, there's your top 6 clubs, top 6. And now for the bottom 6. So do I start right at the bottom? I think the newly promoted teams are going down. I think, I don't know. Let's go with Coventry. No, let's go with Hull. I think Hull. Hull is the team. So, Hull. I'm just going to do this quick. So Hull at this bottom. They're gone. I think Ipswich Town's going down again. Ipswich Town. And I think Coventry's going down. So I think they're all going down. But Coventry might surprise a few people. So they're going down, they're gone. But the other 3 clubs, it's going to be close. I think it's going to be Fulham. And I think Leeds. Probably. It could easily be Everton or even Spurs. I know Spurs. But the new players, but if they don't gel, they could be close to that. Same with Newcastle. Let's go with a team like Brighton. Yeah. I think it's only a matter of time that they get dragged into one of these relegation battles. Maybe end up getting relegated. Oh, Ipswich. 6. You can let me know if you agree with this, and you can even, I mean, if you don't, you can give me your top 6 clubs and your bottom 6 clubs, and see what, see if we can compare. If you want to go ahead and do some fixtures on the comment section, you gotta do that as well. Now, like I said, this could be a nice little video a lot of people like, and I make this a regular thing every week, doing this sort of thing.